Happy Homebrew Wednesday, everybody. That shamrock that you saw being poured on the top of that Murphys Irish Stout was being done by Vanessa at Murphys Law in Petone, which is the pub that we went along to last Thursday for our first hut brewer greet and meet, just to meet everybody that was turning up to the club. It's about 9 people that we just sort of had a quick little gathering just to say hello and talk a little bit about what we wanted the club to do. But anyway, the next day, is that still recording? Yeah, that is still recording. Oh, my battery's running flat. Anyway, the next day, that pint was poured, and that pint marked my 100th pint at that pub, my 100th Irish Stout. So that means I'm part of the Hundy Club now, get my name up on the board, but also get discounted pints from now on. So, bloody good. Cheers, Murphys Law, for setting up the Hundy Club. And what a great thing to do. I wonder if I do 200 if I get another discount. 300 or 400. It might get to the point where I've drunk so many pints that you start paying me. That'd be fun. Yeah, no, it's just shakes. So yeah, we've been having a few earthquakes in Wellington. Well, not in Wellington, just out in the ocean between the South Island and the North Island. Just off from Sjporr, which is a small little town in the South Island. But they've been felt pretty severely here in Wellington, actually. We've had some roads crack and some buildings have some windows blow out. It's a bit of structural damage. There's a couple of buildings in the Wellington CBD that are a little bit pooped. Luckily we're all perfectly fine here. All these earthquakes sort of started Friday morning, and we've had continuous shakes for 4 days, 5 days. The biggest one being Sunday around 5.9 or 6 or something like that. But yeah, no, everything's fine. Wellington, we prepared for shakes and we build our buildings fucking strong and they won't fall down. It's only glass and bits and pieces that break and things falling over that cause a lot of the havoc. So, as soon as the earthquake hit, I rushed out to the brewery. Actually, I did not check the kids, make sure the kids were all right. Wait for the shaking to stop. Then I rushed out to the brewery because I had a starter sitting in the fridge. And my starter sitting in the fridge was for my black IPA. It's now been removed from its container, from its EMI or whatever, its flask, and I've put it into this corny keg. This corny keg, I took my black IPA that had stopped at 1028 in primary and chucked it into the corny keg, let it settle for a little bit while I made my starter, and I had a 1600 milliliter starter that I've poured into this to try and get it to finish itself off nicely. So I did that about an hour ago. So hopefully we should have, yep, we've got some bubbles happening there, so that's cool. So that means that it's going to hopefully finish fermenting and I can get this beer finished and into the Battle of the Black IPA competition. Couldn't put it in the way it was. It was far, far, far too sweet because it hadn't finished. So its alcohol was too low and its malt and sugars were too high. So it would have been well out of style and no point to put in. Now I did have a secondary beer, and that one's just a little bit thin on the alcohol. It's not as high as what it should be for a black IPA. So hopefully this one is going to clean up perfectly fine and get it dry hopped, get it bottled, get it in there hopefully within time. Otherwise I might not be putting any bottles in. Can't put anything in that's under style for a BJCP comp because you get marked off and won't go in, so there's no point in putting it in. But anyway, we all survived the earthquake. Even the starter that was in the fridge survived the earthquake. I think I had one bottle that fell over in the brewery. It was just sitting on the floor. It was alright. It was empty. This here is Mark Constable's Piper's Sjporr. This is his Sjporr beer that he put in. This is one of the beers that's going over. Is it one of the beers that's going over? Oh, I can't remember the top 6 beers now. Yes, I think it is. Bloody nice. It's got peated malt in it, so it's got that wonderful Rex taste to it. But it's starting to mellow out. The peat flavour is starting to drop off and blend with the malts that are in there. It's very nice. Stephen, Harry, your beers have left the country. They left the country last Friday, and I checked the track and trace today, and they've both landed in their respective countries. The ones in America are still sitting waiting for clearance. It's been a day and a half now, 2 days nearly, that they're waiting for clearance. The UK beers, they landed today, so I don't know whether they're waiting for clearance yet. It just says that they landed in their country of destination. So, shouldn't be too far, and they should be turning up on your doorstep. Once again, a special shout out to Corey from the Brew House for the payment or the sponsorship for getting those beers over there. Ended up costing quite a bit, actually. A little bit more than what I thought it was going to cost, because they weighed a little bit more than what I estimated. But anyway, it's all worth it in the end. Next year, for the 2014 Sjporr experiment, I think we'll have some fundraising with some t-shirts and some sausage sizzles and things like that. Beer offs and bake offs and hop cookies and I don't know, whatever. What have you. Anything that we can do to raise a bit more money to see if we can get a lot more beers over to the UK and over to the US. But anyway, I am enjoying one of the Sjporr beers right now. I'm going to go inside, edit this video, and continue enjoying it. So, cheers for watching. Cheers to everybody that subscribed since my 1000th subscribe video. Cheers for everybody that's commented. Like about 110 people have entered. So I'll be doing a live draw, well, live by the time you watch it, next Wednesday. So for next week's Homebrew Wednesday, I'll be announcing the 2 winners that will be getting the Old Peculiar beer. Have I still got battery? Oh yeah, just had to check, I still got battery. Announcing the 2 winners that will be having an Old Peculiar one being shipped to them, and also I will be shipping off Jason, the Vert1267, who is my 1000th subscriber. I'll be shipping his beer off to him as well, because I've got his address. Cheers, Jason. Anyway, cheers. We'll see you next week for the big draw. Have yourself another one.